good day, good morning, good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. I am your host, Willy Canuck. I hope you're doing well today. We've got a fantastic flight plan for you today. We are in the one, the only, if you've been under a rock, you probably haven't heard of it, but if anybody has heard of the Black Square Beechcraft Starship, it is absolutely crazy. Big hello to Nighthawk. Looks like some model matching issue, but it could be flying what he's flying. I don't know. Fast turboprops today. We're flying low, but we're flying fast. And just look at this beautiful airplane. Big hello to everybody here. Hope you're doing well. In fact, let's do it properly. Big hello for everyone. Here we go. Hopefully it works.
Hello!
There we go. Big hello to everybody. Hope you're doing well. Obviously I was off last week because I was at a wedding, and I'm off next week, but for a really exciting reason, and keep your eyes on the channel because there will be a video. I am going down to Manchester with my son for the Manchester meetup. It's a bunch of people from EasyJet Sim Pilots community and various, and we're going to sit in the airport pub with a big beer garden right at the foot of the runway at Manchester Airport. It's absolutely fantastic. So I will not be on next week, but there will be a recap video coming out for that, so do watch for that. Anyway, we'll get some sim noises up. There's so much to show on this airplane, and I usually, I like to have everything ready. I have the flight plan loaded, the airplane powered, everything like that. But I thought, no, this time I'm going to go step by step because it really deserves all the attention and detail that I can provide in the stream. So I'm going to bring up those sim noises. And I mean, it starts with everything here. Boris Audio, of course, helped or was an integral part of the development of the Starship from Black Square. So all of the sounds you're hearing have all been captured and meticulously mixed by Boris Audio. And I mean, just by starting, we've got this GPU, which is absolutely fantastic, putting away with the the exhaust flap in there. So it's awesome, just an awesome plane. Anyway, let's go outside the aircraft. So we got a few things to do. We do have external power on, and hence the reason for the ground power unit. This is probably one of the first add-ons as well that I have seen, which takes advantage of the things that you see on a lot of the stock aircraft for Flight Simulator 2024, like all the pitot covers and the various engine covers and things like that. But I understand, watching a few interviews with Nick from Black Square, he's actually not used the stock way to do this. He's implemented his own system to put these covers on. The reason he did it, which is absolutely fascinating, is because if you forget to remove a cover, it impacts how the airplane works. If you leave the engine covers on, you try to start the engine, you'll blow the engine right away. The heat will just go right through the roof. If you have pitot covers on, you have no indicated airspeed. If you leave the gear pin on, right there, you can't raise the gear. It's absolutely phenomenal. A huge congratulations to Nick, and a big shout out to Nick at Black Square and Just Flight for helping us debut this amazing aircraft. I know that a lot of content creators have already been out showing their stuff on this. So we should have chocks there. Why didn't we have chocks? Look at this. I'll show you the tie downs here. This is really cool. So you get the wings on this are massive. The wings are actually wider than the airplane is long. It's a hyper efficient airplane, and for a turboprop, you're gonna see it. It's a rocket. It climbs amazing. It flies fast. It's just such a unique aircraft. So we can take those tie-offs here. Now look, this is cool. Just make sure that those props are free and rotating. It's just the detail is just phenomenal. It really is good. It makes me. There's so much about this that just makes me smile. And I think some people might be a little put off because the systems in this are a lot different than anything you've seen. This was implemented in the 80s and therefore we've got a bit of kind of 80s style backing tunes today to show that off. And so, you know, they really wanted to. It was well ahead of its time. It was one of the first glass cockpits for an airliner, really. And all the systems. It was probably the only airplane, the only turboprop that I'm aware of that had its own inertial navigation system. So the inertial navigation system uses a combination of dead reckoning, so you know, with the gyro and everything like that, and it's an airspeed to kind of calculate position, but then it will use VRR radios when it picks them up to triangulate its position to correct. Later versions of the Starship had GPS enhancements, so you'll see that there's a GPS unit down here, which is not on yet, but it does not use GPS. GPS is used as an alternative source to help correct the navigation system. You can use the GPS for flying the airplane if you want, but it's completely unnecessary because there's so much functionality packed into this, and I'm going to walk you through all this. So first, it's just a bit loud with that ground power unit, so we're going to leave it running, but I'm going to close that door. There. And you can hear that Boris audio coming into effect. You can immediately hear everything just calming down a bit. And I'll just take you on a quick cockpit tour here. Absolute luxury, this airplane. And you can see it's just really cool. And everything, I think everything opens. Yeah, so here's your luggage area. Look at this. It's just, I mean, most things open, I should say. Also, pay attention to this. So this is the, you can turn on, you know, each seat you can turn on a reading light. There's a reading light there. I don't think the ashtray works. This is the 80s, of course, so ashtrays were present in these airplanes. And these are your indicators. So that's, you know, a smoking sign, and that's your seatbelt sign. So just to prove that that works, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to fasten the seatbelts. You hear the chime there. Mrs. Tippy, how are you? And now I'm going to go back, and if we look at the indicator on that seat again, and you see the seatbelt sign is illuminated now, and that each of the seats has their own little kind of panel there, and these all work. It's absolutely crazy. It's just so much fun. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Congratulations. This is a absolute superstar add-on, and I'm gonna the surprises keep coming with this thing. It's just gonna be absolutely flat. I know I'm saying absolutely a lot. it's so good. I'm so excited. I've been taking it through its paces all week. Absolutely, I've said it again. I've been looking forward to showing this off in the stream, and I really want anybody who's interested in this kind of airplane, get behind it. It is not expensive. I mean, I think it's coming in about £40. Would it be about $80 Canadian? It's well worth it. I mean, if you could get away with it, I know Nick is not a greedy guy, right? But he should be selling this at $80 US. It's that good. For a GA airplane, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And there you go, absolutely again. I'll try not to do that. I get into a word block, so I start repeating myself all the time. What is the cruise speed? So cruise speed for this airplane at altitude can easily do 310 true airspeed, ground speed. So 310. I think it cruises up to about 250, 260 knots. So I'm going to actually have to pull it back a bit today, just so you guys don't fall behind, because it's you just won't catch me. It's absolute. There we go, absolutely good. The really impressive thing about the Starship, though, is the altitude. It has a max cruise altitude of 41,000 feet. And the reason it manages to do that is because it's got a brilliant climb rate, lots of power in the engines, and also the differential pressure. The structure of the fuselage is so strong that it can withstand that, and it can do 35,000 pressurized at I think about 4,000. Actually, we can have a look at that. So if you look at the cabin altitude there, I know that's not the easiest thing to see. So at 0 pressurization, we can take this airplane all the way up to 17,000. No pressurization required. And if we were to go up to I'm trying to get the, never mind, it's not going to do it for me. So I'll just go up to 30 for now. 30,000 feet, the airplane will pressurize to 4,500 ASL, which is nuts. I mean, on a modern airliner, you're sitting up around 6,000. So this is a very, very comfortable airplane, or it would have been a very comfortable airplane to fly in. There's still a few flying today. I think there's only about 6 in the world left, and the reason is the parts are absolutely scarce, and it's a very, very costly airplane to maintain. And there's a lot of systems in place to help prevent failures. Now, one thing I can show you, we're looking at the cabin diagram here on the EFB. You'll recognize this because it's very similar to the Duke turbine, which I fly all the time. You're trying to get motivated to get out of bed. Just sit in bed. You know what? Lot to take in today, Mrs. Tippy. So just sit in bed and chill, and I'll entertain you until you feel like you want to get up. Excuse me. So I've got the instrument panel. Right now I've got a external cooling fan on. This is the Avionics alternative blower, and you can see that modeled here. This is the alternative fan. And what that's doing is that's blowing cold air through that panel. It's nice 17 degrees right now, but that's going to change quickly, and the reason is this thing has, count them, 14 cathode ray tube, the CRT glass screens. And anybody who's old enough to remember CRT screens knows that they generate a hell of a lot of heat. So 14 of those running, this panel, or this area behind the panel, is going to get hot. And then we've got avionics in there as well. These fans automatically kick in when they need to. This is currently sitting at 23 degrees right now, so that's totally fine. Cabin temperature right now is 15 degrees. That's totally adequate for the passengers to chill out while we get ready. But we'll get things going. We've got a flight plan to put in, so I'm gonna show you how to do this. Everything step by step. So first thing, we're gonna put on an anti-skid. And we've got external power, so I'm going to turn on the ICAS. And actually, because we got external power, we could probably turn everything on, so I'll do that. Look at all these screens, how they warm up. It's just so beautiful plane. Such a beautiful plane. So we got a self-test in progress there. Our Garmin unit's kicking up as well. Again, we're not really going to use this. It's really just there to help the aircraft identify its current position. So the CDU will, and the INS system will incorporate dead wrecking, VOR radio tuning, as well as GPS to help identify its current position. So you get an initialize system here. It says here's the current position. This will be based, roughly on its last dead wrecking position. We can update this if we want, or we can just say it's all okay. So I'm going to say it's all okay, and then we get this little message. So we'll go down there, and it says the VLF. I can't remember what this is, but you just update this from the FMS. It's very quick. And then we're going to go nav source here. Going to FMS1. So you can actually just use this as a straight VOR radio tracker. We might do this one day. To do a VOR flight, which we haven't done in a while, have we, Nighthawk? So, and then I'm going to change. I can change this as well by hitting ArcMap to put this into flight plans. It says no flight plan at the moment. That's because we haven't entered one. Now this, I'll show you. We're at Mackay, so that's YBMK, I think. Can't remember. I think it's YBMK anyway. So planet, you can go present, or sorry, not present position map. We go back to IDX. You're going to put plan map and display, and as we enter the waypoints in, this is going to kick in. So watch. Now, how you would normally do this is, if you remember the old phones here, you kind of hit the number that you want with the letters, and then you just flip through to get. Sorry, there we go. It's not like unlike a GNS 530, isn't it? So sorry, that's the wrong one. YBMK, I think, is that? Yeah. So I'm gonna do this once because there is a shortcut to make this a lot faster. And then K, which is there. 2 presses. Now, what is the weather in... What's the weather in Mackay today? Metar... YBMK. Actually, it doesn't matter because I don't think there's any... I don't think there's any METAR information coming through the sim for this anyway. But we'll, you know, for good graces, we'll put it in anyway. 150 at 14 knots. So our choices for runways today, and we can enter the runways here. So we display runways. And I just forgot what I said. What did I say? Oh, get lost. 15014. Yeah, so runway 14 is looking like what we want. Now I'm gonna bang through the plan here, but now what I can do, rather than do the number thing, which can take a bit of time, I can just click on this once. You'll see the keyboard illuminate here, and then I can just type in WKT, and I'll say, is that the one you want? Yep. And then you'll see that start to draw on the plan map. Very, very clever. And then we want to go to RUVAL. And then to YEMP. Now NITTA is on the plan, but for some reason the Starship doesn't recognize it. So I'm going to skip right to the next one, which is a manual point. You can see these in the show notes, and I've pinned this in the chat. So we're going to put in manual one. So I'm going to call this, let's give it a name, PR001. And okay, I don't have that, it says. Can you tell me what it is? I said, okay, yeah, let's define it. And first thing, this is south and east. So I got to toggle for south because we're in the southern hemisphere. And it's it's 21521. We only have one digit for that, and then it's east. And it is 4. Is it 2? Was I right? 21525. Oh, I think I've done this wrong. Hang on. 21525 should be. I can barely read my screen here. That's why. There, that's better. I can read that now. I think I'm going blind in my old age. Yeah, 2152. Oh, is it just 2152? 0 then. And then 14910. 14910, and then we'll just go 0 again. Definition complete. Now, if we've done it right, yeah, there it goes. It draws in the plane. So we'll create a new one, and we'll say PR002. Sorry, that was a bit painful to watch, I'm sure. Again, we want south, so we're going to 22020, and east. Which is 14916. That will draw there. Yep, that's looking good. And then our final manual point. Curses to Nighthawk for this flight plan, putting all these manual points in. Okay. Whoa! What did I do there? Delete that. forgot to put in the... Right, we're going to delete that one. Hang on. End plan. Just delete this. Delete waypoint. So we've already put that in there, so we'll just have to use 4 this time. Add waypoints. That's fine. PR004. Enter. Define. And it's south, and it is 22120. And east, 149220. Definition complete. That draws in as well, and then we get a little bit easier here. So, going to YSAB. We are going to be stopping at one of these as well. I think it's YWIS, Williamson. RSEW. And you can see it's really handy. It's just drawing as I go through all this. Very clever. Yep, that's fine. And we're going to YGPE. I don't normally punch in the flight plans like this, but I just thought at least this one time I'll show this off because it's so cool. YWIS. And to think that this came out in the 80s is absolutely nuts. And here we're going to another manual again. So what was our last one? PR4. We're going to go PR005 this time. Fine. South. And it is 22360. And then east. 15020. Definition complete. Go. Looking good. And finally we're going to YSAB. Whoa! I think I just put slew on by accident. Ah, that's what I've done last time. I gotta disable that slew button. We've lost everything. Give me my power back. Now you think, oh my god, you've lost everything you've done. No, no, I haven't. And that's another really cool thing. So there's a lot of resilience built into this. You can see it's still there. We have, however, moved several hundred feet. I now realize why the external power was going off. So just wait for that to come back in again. Back to plan map. There we go, it's fine. All data okay. Back to our flight plan, okay. Right where we left off. PR005. And then, okay, so we are now going to YSMH. Okay, that answers a problem I had before. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, that's why. And then we're going to go to SMHNH. What a horrible waypoint. Makes no sense at all. Usually there's a little bit of English or something in it to... How do you even pronounce that to ATC? I'm going to Smunum. Okay, and we're going to YGKL. Enter. You definitely give me a workout, Nighthawk. I'll show you that. Okay. That's what this is the whole stream. We're just running in flight plans. We're not actually doing anything. We're just putting flight plans in. MO. And YHEW. And I will point out, this doesn't officially have SimBrief integration, but there are ways and means. And if you go on to do a Google search on it, people have figured out how to do this. PRKH. And then finally, YBRK. Let's go see what the... which is Rockhampton. That is 130 at 6 knots. So... we'll add that in. And that's our final destination today. And we'll go display runways. What choices have we got? 130, 150 looks good to me. And we can even do an approach. Oh, wait a minute. Cancel. Is the approach in there? Oh, it's probably picking up the approach for the first airport because we're using the airport as a waypoint, which technically isn't the best thing. It's probably confusing the CDU a bit, so we'll just ignore that. It might let us do an approach after we've passed all the airports. Once we're en route to Papa Romeo Kilo Hotel, we might be okay then. Anyway, okay. Right, so that's all in. I'm pretty happy there. We can go back to flight plan now. Nav source, make sure that's F1, FMS1, yes. We can see that is now drawing on here. ATC, I'm going to squawk 5614. I'm currently in standby. I can click that on by hitting the ATC standby button, which is really handy. Zero pressurization. We're only going to 5,000 feet today, so I'm going to rock that up. You can see that sitting there. You can hold this down to make it go a little bit quicker if you want. And YBMK. And our QNH is 1021. Now, despite this being an 80s airplane, that is currently reading in the old style, but we can go to this reversionary panel here and we can switch this to millibar. And what did I say it was? Freaking ads. Go away. 1021. We can now set this in millibar rather than, which is really handy. There's also another one for European flights because North America's standard transition altitude is 18,180. The airplane will beep at you when you hit that, but you can disable it down here. We're not going to go that high anyway today, but just because for the sake of the fact that it's not relevant, we can turn that off, and that disables the F180 warning. But you can put in your own. So say if our transition altitude was unlikely, but say it was 4,000 feet. So I'm going to put this in report mode, and I can now, and you'll see this show up here, I'm going to set this to 4,000, and you'll hear a ding every time we cross that altitude. It doesn't matter if you're going up or down. So this is quite handy, I think, if you're flying up to 10,000. I usually use this for 10,000. That reminds me to turn the lights off, maybe think about taking the seatbelt lights off, that kind of thing. Really, really handy. I love that sun coming in there. Ooh, it's blinding. Okay. Right, ready to go here. So, sorry for the wait. Appreciate all the patience. I'm going to turn on any collision lights. We'll use the low lights here. Master panel. Now, at this point, we can put the... Remember, we had the cabin all lit up here, right? I'm going to now put the cabin overhead off. And we'll leave the ground lights in. That turns everything, makes it nice and dark. Okay, right. Pitot heat and all that, we'll leave that to later because that will overheat unless you're flying. Props are in feather. That's all fine and good. External power is still on. So what I'm going to do now is I can leave all these on. And you remember what I said about that avionics? See, that's now heated up to 22 degrees, even though that's blowing, right? So it does warm up. If I was to turn that fan off, that would go right into the 40s without any problems. I hope there's tea on this service. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Huge thank you to Mark. And by the way, since you're here, Mark, look at this. Courtesy of Flight Design. This is our Phoenix livery for the Black Square Starship. You can get this by going to Discord into the liveries. There's a livery directory, a cloud drive that you can click onto. It's absolutely awesome. Just beautiful, 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 beautiful livery. Look at that. And I actually like, if you get it right, you can overlap the... It almost looks like it runs from the winglet into the fuselage. It's really, really cool. So, Mark, a huge thank you for that. Absolutely brilliant. Let's get this beast going. So, we're going to put the oxygen on, and we'll see these alerts coming down as we do that. And we're going to start with engine 2. So, we get a nice big close-up of that there. Starter on. And we're waiting for this to top out. It's usually just above 17, but as it starts to level out, what they call N1 max, and we can inject fuel in. Listen to those noises. Absolutely amazing. Pleasure as always. Oh, thank you. You are a gentleman, sir. Okay, once we hit 50% N1, we can turn that ignition off, and we can go into full run. And actually, we should have these throttles in idle. There we go, and it's starting to build now. ITT temperature is nice and cool. Nothing to worry about there. You will see some people, I'm not naming names, say you can inject your fuel at 12%. Do not do this. You will burn your engines out. And if I look at my right engine condition 100%, there's a reason for that. Because I do it right. You must let N1 start to top out before you introduce that fuel. Now, put the batteries on here at this point because it's been running on external power, and I'll now kick in the generator for engine 2. And at this point we can turn off external power actually, because we're getting power from the engine. So we go back to payload, we can take that off. Wheel chocks are, I think our brakes are set. Yes, they are. And we can now think about engine 1. So let's go start our engine 1. Oh, just so beautiful. Just nice, graceful spool up. It's absolutely awesome. There we go, waiting for that to top out. It has. Introduce fuel. And one's building, I'm going to turn that starter off. And fuel to run. And have we done it right? We go to left engine, engine condition, 100%. Lovely. Okay. Bring in that generator now. We got full power from the airplane. Everything's looking good. Now, with those engines running, you'll see that avionics space starting to heat up as well. There's all sorts of weather radar and whatnot for this as well, which is cool. Runway 14. That's a good question. Where's runway 14? Right, so we got to go down. Basically, we're going down the direction that we're... So we're here. We were there. We're now here. So we're running all the way down to 14. So Nighthawk, if you want to go on ahead, line up for 14. That's cool. Alright, now let's do a quick control check here, make sure everything's free and clear. All good. Autofathering can come on as well. We set our trim, we want that in the green bar, so we're going to hold our trim motor here. There we go, right in the middle. That'll do, and we haven't actually started this going. So we'll get that going. You can see that the GPS unit's now acquiring satellites. Perfect. Right. Last thing, bleed air off. So we're going to do that. We're going to go down here. We're going to switch those to both. And it's only 14 degrees, so they're probably feeling a bit cold back there. But we're going to put this to auto, and that will start generating heat or cooling, whatever is required, to the cabin. Alright, so I'm just going to quick ding here. Going to put on our taxi lights. And you're going to see these in action very, very shortly. These are amazing. And we'll do a quick oxygen check as well, just to make sure. You probably hear that. Okay, I'm going to turn the music down now, so you can really, really hear this. Alright. First thing, props to full. Release parking brakes. And we can now start taxiing down to runway 14. Listen to that. If you've ever flown on a Dash 8 or an ATR, that's exactly what it sounds like. We've got this awesome little heading bug too. This is so you can click that, that'll put the heading up to the thing, and we'll just switch this to VR1. Okay. You can hear the brakes too. You hear that? Oh, Mississippi's on the tarmac as well. Oh, excellent. It's a party. It's a party. Guess we'll do a formation takeoff. I'm going to have to let you guys go ahead, though, because I'm pretty quick. Alright, so we're just about to enter the runway, so I'm going to put on the brakes here. And we're going to put all that on. Anti-collision can now come to full. Don't need wing lights, cabin overhead, everything else is fine. I'll probably just dial up those displays a bit, just because of the glare. It's looking a bit better, it's a bit easier to see. Okay, off the brakes, and we'll deploy our flaps and canards. You can see those coming out. You only need these for takeoff and landing. They do get stowed pretty quickly. There we go. Look at this beautiful beautiful. It's an astonishing add-on. Okay. Final checks. I feel like I've forgotten something. Prop sync allow coming after. We want pitot heat and stall warnings all can come on. Inertial separators we don't need really at the moment. It's a nice dry day. Don't think there's anything to... There we go. Look at this. Absolutely, absolutely awesome. I know I keep saying absolutely. Stop it. Okay, we're going to make really good use of the autopilot. Now the switch is down here. I'm going to use a short key, but if you want to turn the autopilot, that's all the way down here. And there's a yaw damper as well, but we won't use that just yet. You can see the GPS has now acquired our position. Everything else is looking good. Let's go. So, we'll do runway heading initially, and then we'll get stabilized, and we'll guide the airplane to position. Now we're going to take this up to we're full props. We're going to take this up to 95 roughly, but we're watching that ITT. If it sits in the red range too long, we'll start cooking the engines. So I want to be careful of that. So we're just going to start bringing the power up. Release the brakes. Getting up to 25. It's, the ITT is red at the moment, but the governors will kick in and bring that back down again. I'm getting some sort of shimmer on the runways at the moment. I don't know why. This only seems to happen in Australia. That's 100 feet. Nice pullback on the stick. Up we go. So there we got a pizza overheat warning there. Gear can come up. And as soon as we clear that tree line and we're happy that we're up, you can just tuck in these canards right away. Get some nice speed. Already at 150 knots. Oh, we forgot to put our flight director on, so I'm going to aim that. Go around. It's basically like the toga button. That's what you'd use for that. That's looking good. So I'm going to put on auto. Autopilot now is on. I'm going to say, can you maintain our heading? And I'm going to use indicated airspeed profile. And we're going to... Yeah, that was from the pizza overheat. And we're going to drop those props to climb. And we're going to bring... want this around 90. Anything close to 90 is pretty good for climb. And the airplane's going to manage to speed up to 5,000 feet. Already at 3,000. And I'm going 180 knots true airspeed. It's a rocket. Absolute rocket. Okay, we can turn on now. Go to radar control. We want radar and turbulence, and we can turn that on. That is now going to appear in here and on our screen as well. Back to flight plan. And you remember that report altitude I said in? That just kicked in, so that's saying 4,000 feet. I'm like going to say, yeah, that's fine, thank you. And of course, we're only going to 5,000 feet at this point. Right, so we got range button there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this around. And the nav, doesn't take much for the nav to lock onto course here either. It's a very, very clever airplane. If you can get a better look at the CRT screens. They do kind of bubble out a bit. It's hard to get really close in there. So what we'll do is we'll direct to RUVAL because WKT is pretty close. So I'm just going to go direct here. RUVAL, please. And we'll arm the nav. And if the heading comes off, that basically means the plane has what it needs to bring the airplane en route. And off we go. Now, we are running really fast, so I'm going to slow us right down. Get it down to about 180 or something. But this airplane wants to fly fast, and that's why I said fast turboprop. There's Nighthawk there. Oh, you're in a PC-24. Brilliant. Good choice. What are you flying, Mrs. Tippy? Look at that. And I got some lovely wing views here, too. Just so you can get a real flavor of that, that livery by Flight Design. Look at this view. This is this is a winglet-mounted camera. Vertigo. Oh, it's Vertigo, right? Okay. Hopefully, you can keep up with us. Okay, that is on course. Now we're hovering about 170. I might bring it up just a touch. See if we can stabilize that speed. maybe a touch more. That should do. Perfect. Okay. And really now it's just taking in the views. We do have music cruise today. We're already kind of at cruise. I'm going to leave you in the good, capable hands of the Beechcraft here and put on a nice wing view. Actually, I like this one too. Is it coffee time? I think it might be coffee time. Let's go get a coffee. All right, I'll be right back. If I can figure out where the coffee time is. Actually, I'll put the music up first. That might be a good idea. There we go. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, back with you guys. Oh, just about to turn here. A little bit of cloud. Nighthawk over there. Trailing far behind me. Maybe I should slow down a bit more, right? this plane just wants to fly, and it wants to fly fast. Okay, well, as mentioned, we're going to stop in Williamson. So that is... Should put that on position map. Or we can do... get your progress page up here. This is quite handy. And anything you need to do with VOR, it's all here. You can adjust your course, you can set your radio. Now what I'm going to do actually is to help the INS tune. If I go into nav mode here, I can tell the CDU to put everything into auto tuning. You'll see auto appear. And what this does is it allows the CDU to tune the Nav1, Nav2 radios to different VORs that might be available in the area so that it can triangulate its position. Which is really, really cool. This actually works very, very similar. And once we get to the news, I'll be talking about this. This is a very similar process to what's incorporated into the Boeing 757 and 767. This is how navigation works on that. GPS was like an afterthought. It was something that was rigged after the point. Now, our passengers might be feeling a little uncomfortable after that bank. So we can make them feel more comfortable. I'll let that turn finish first. But there's another feature down here, very common on a lot of planes. You see this in airliners, which is half bank. And I think that limits the bank to about 15 degrees either direction. Just make it a bit more gradual for them. You can see that's really softened the bank. So just for passenger comfort. Very cool. Okay, this is probably a good time to do the news. So, we got about our manual air points. We got about 100 miles to run through the manual points. So I'll just let the plane do its thing, and we'll go to the news, shall we? Not sure if I pulled that up. I have. Okay, let's see the news, guys. All right, big week and big month, I would say, for flight simulation. Actually, past June, obviously we had FS Expo in Providence, Rhode Island. It seemed to like it was very well attended. A lot of big announcements there, and a lot of hardware. Surprisingly, Wing obviously has really upgraded or increased their product line. But the news I've got today is Scalarkey, who debuted a full Airbus 330 console. I mean, it looks mad. It's one of these things. If you have to ask how much it is, you probably can't afford it. But it looks really, really cool. And I've never actually heard of these guys. They do scale 320 models as well, which is really cool. So, yeah, that's interesting stuff. Miltech Simulations have announced a Sky Raider, very well-known helicopter. Again, you know, we're starting to see in a lot of the military add-ons coming out for flight sim, there's so much focus now on really bringing accurate avionics to these cockpits, and it looks really astounding. I myself am not a helicopter fan, so I'm not going to be getting too excited about this one personally, but I think a lot of people who do love helicopters are going to absolutely love this. And it is a long-serving helicopter, fairly quick as well, I believe, but just based on the visuals we're seeing in the trailer here, it looks really astounding. I love the station. There's like a weapons station or something behind it, which is pretty cool. You're excited about it, are you? Are you a big helicopter person? Yeah, it's Pretty cool. I think, does Canada fly them? I can't remember. But certainly Britain does, and I know the Americans do as well. So yeah, that is looking really, really cool. Aerosoft have announced a 330 Neo. Won't say too much more about it. I think everyone's kind of in wait and see mode now with Aerosoft's new add-ons, but I do wish them the best. Based on the improvements that they've made to the CRJ, it looks like they're getting back on track, and I'm hoping that we're going to start seeing some quality airplanes coming out. Nighthawk says the freeware Blackhawk in DCS is pretty good and worth flying. All right, didn't know that. Didn't think you could get freeware for DCS. But I mean, it looks the part. They've got all the cool integrations in there. The EFB looks pretty solid. It's just a wait and see, because obviously we know that the original 330 conventional did not arrive at great fanfare. So I'm hoping that we're going to see a step change with this release from Aerosoft, and we do wish them all the best, of course. Coronado, which is a serviceable studio for GA Airplane, has just brought out the CT210 Centurion for Flight Simulator. This has been making the rounds on content creators' channels. And, you know, generally, Coronado airplanes are relatively good. They're not necessarily the best in the market. They don't quite approach the level of, say, Just Flight, but they are pretty good airplanes. And usually they're not too expensive. So, I mean, looking at this, I don't know if there's a price on here. Yeah, I mean, $20 US. That's pretty modest. I think that's well worth it. And the visuals usually in Coronado are really good here. So if I just give you a flavor of what that cockpit looks like, it's nice. It's nice. Coronado has been a long-running studio for GA, and I have had a couple of their airplanes in time. I do have the Seminole from 2020 ported into 2024. It does work. I would like to see an upgrade, another twin from Coronado, I think. But the problem is right now, as far as twins are concerned, I think Black Square's kind of cornered the market. A lot of PMDG fans are going to be very excited. They are now actively talking about the 747. This is in the past known as Queen of the Skies. It's come out for various versions of a Microsoft Flight Simulator, including P3D. And it looks like they're now really heating up their development. And the surprise announcement from PMDG was that they're actually going to produce the entire family of the 747 variants. So everything from the 100 right up to the 800, which is quite impressive, to be fair. So hopefully this continues to go well for them, but they've been showing some visuals. Obviously nothing that they've released. People just snap these shots at the expo, but the detailing is looking pretty phenomenal. So we will watch that closely, because there's a lot of people out there that are absolutely desperate on a decent 747 for Flight Simulator. Nighthawk says the Coronado Piper Dakota is free in Microsoft Flight Simulator and is fun to fly around. Yeah, is that the one that came out as almost like an apology gift from Microsoft for the state of the sim when it came out? They should sort their 737 lineup first. They are working on it, Mark. Robert Rendazzo did an interview recently, or announcement, and essentially the whole thought of the fact that they could just port it over to 2024 was thrown out the window. They found a lot of things that they couldn't do. They do a lot of simulator processing. I think that's part of the issue, and it just doesn't work. I think there was constrictions on the WASM and other things that were blocking them. But now that has largely been addressed, and I think Sim Update 3 yet again is going to correct some issues on the WASM side. They're now able to progress on the 737. They're very tight about when they think this is going to come out. But they have said it is at a priority. So despite the other announcements with the 747, etc., they are, I believe, we'll see the 737 from 2020 ported over with upgrades, I think, long before we see the 747. So, and they've got multiple teams now as well. So it's not just one team working on various projects, it's multiple teams working on multiple projects. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be all right. The Piper was another apology plane. Yeah. It's not just Aerosoft doing the 330 Neo, same as 340. Yeah, I know Inabuilds is doing them as well, I think, are they not? I think Inabuilds is doing 340. And yeah, you're right, Aerosoft announced 340 as well. It's all wait and see stuff, isn't it? I want them to be good, but you know, at the moment they've not had a great track record. However, their golden boy, their golden child, the CRJ, which is the only CRJ available for Microsoft Flight Simulator of any worth quality, has been upgraded to version 2.1. I have tried this out, and it really sorts out a lot of the flight dynamic issues. It was the version 2.0 was a little too responsive. It was very quirky. I did enjoy flying it, but it wasn't as realistic. But this new update, they've really sorted it out, and this is now becoming a banner product for Microsoft Flight Simulator, not just for Aerosoft, but for add-ons in general. As far as the small airplane fleet goes, until we see something like the Synaptic Airbus 220, which was making a lot of waves at the Expo, this is, to me, still the best kind of small regional airliner that we've got. So yeah, big congrats to them, because I do like the CRJ. It's a great plane to fly in, and it is one of Aerosoft's best products, and I'm glad they continue to invest on it, so that's good. Oh yeah, Aerosoft are working on it with Tolis on the 340. That is correct. Yeah, so that is a game changer, actually. That's a big game changer. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Mark. Bluebird. Oh yeah, guys. They had a lot to talk about at Flight Sim Expo. This airplane is looking phenomenal. And they've also said that their progress on the 767 is starting to go well, as well as they're locking down all these avionics. Of course, the 757 and the 767 shared a common cockpit with a few slight changes. It was one of the first Boeing airplanes to do so, actually. And if you look at the 777, that is really just an evolution of the 7576 cockpit. Obviously, the 787 being something quite different, but it's a different kind of airplane, so it needed to be. Yeah, I'm so excited for this product. And people were able to go in and actually fly it. People were trying it out, you know, feeling the handling, saying it feels really great. The visuals in here just look phenomenal. I mean, and they're still not releasing it yet. You know, they're Shervin wants it to be perfect, and I know this is come at some great expense and pain to them, because they can't get this out, but they really want to nail this. And the EFB, you just saw that go by, is very kind of black square-ish, and being able to show all the different systems working. And it also sports a lot of active circuit breakers as well that do actually work. Which they've used as part of their development and debugging, which is quite impressive, actually. But it's looking great, and Shervin's such a lovely guy. I had the pleasure of interviewing him on Sky Blue Radio last year. Really super nice guy. He's obviously got a lot of weight on his shoulders because of the delays, but this is looking great. And if it is half as good as it looks, it's going to be an extraordinary product. So we wish them all the best, and we will be watching closely for announcement as well. 757 Jet 2 Ops, yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, I think they just stopped flying the 757, did they not? Anyway, on to Just Flight. They are showing more visuals of their Airbus 300. This is looking absolutely nuts. I don't know what was that for. Just a random. Is that the carpet's detailed or something like that? I don't know, but this is looking great. Really good. I would be terrified to try and fly this aircraft. I'm not going to lie. And I won't even ask them for it because I'd rather watch someone else who really wants to get into this. It comes from the era, a lot of the TriStars. So if you think of your Lockheed 1011s, your DC-10s, all of those airplanes needed an engineer to control and support engines and fuel in various systems, because a lot of these things were not automated at the time. So you needed that third guy who was responding to the captain's orders to kind of manage everything else apart from actually flying the plane. Now, I'm sure what Justified will likely do is they'll probably have some features where you can automate some of these processes for you as though you had a flight engineer sitting there. I'm sure that they're looking at that. But if you actually want to fly this as realistically as possible, the only thing I can think is you need a shared cockpit. I mean, otherwise you're just going to be bouncing back and forth all over the place. Maybe it's not as big as that, because I think a lot of it is on your start up and your power up, and then your takeoff, and then you're settling in for cruise and that kind of thing in terms of engine management. But during takeoff and landing phases, there's a lot of activity that happens with the flight engineer. So Mrs. Tippy said I was just going to comment about pink carpet. Everybody needs some pink carpet, eh? And finally, Black Square. Nick is an animal. He's just got the Starship out. He is actively working on porting the Duke turbine and Duke piston over to 2024. I think he was waiting on something with the latest build of Flight Simulator, but that is now happening. And but he's not satisfied. No, he's now announced the Commander 690. I'm really excited about this, by the way. Very early stages at the moment, but the 690 is pretty much it was Aero Commander, which eventually was acquired by Rockwell. It's kind of like America's answer to Brit Islander, looking at it, but it just looks really, really cool. And at the moment, it's just a lot of exterior modeling. But, without a shadow of a doubt, this is going to be an extraordinary airplane. We know what Nick's capability is. His attention to detail is second to none. And this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful update for Flight Simulator. And I'm absolutely eager. I don't know when it's coming out, but I cannot wait. I'm already imagining the routes I'm going to fly. Island hoppers. We could do some Scotland Island hoppers. We could do Greek Island hoppers. This is a perfect airplane for it. I'm so excited for it. And I was so tempted to get there is a Brit Islander that you can get for Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's actually two, but I think there's one that came out recently which looks pretty good. But I'm always hesitant because I want it to be really good. I want it to be really good. And this, I know, is going to be excellent. That is a huge announcement for me. As a lot of people know, I love the G airplanes, and Nick, the fact that Black Square is doing this is absolutely amazing. Anyway, that's the news today, guys. Thanks for bearing with me, and we'll get back to the flight. All right, let's get everything back to normal. All right, here we go. That worked out perfectly. Actually, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. So we've just been cruising along. Oh, I forgot the wind wing, did I? I'll tell you what, I'll open it. I'll just do it in the tablet. How's that? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, these are all the new things that when Wings come out. I remember they had a big announcement at Expo. And it's all these modules look really, really good. But they're all separate. which is really cool. I think the one thing that blew everybody away is the prices are not expensive for the quality, ranging between 78 US and 134, and I think little by little they're adding more of these as well. So if you're looking to do a home built, this is looking really cool. But this gear panel is amazing, and that is only, and I love that you can actually switch it around as well, which is kind of neat. $134 for that is very good. But probably the big announcement was the force feedback rudder pedals, which look really cool. And I think they also have a version for combat. There you go. Now these are more on the pricey side, but they are quite well built, as you can see there. With the force feedback, you're charging another 100 US to get that. And here we go. They wouldn't even put a price on this. I mean, I'll let that speak for itself. That's not going to be cheap, but it looks amazing. It looks absolutely nuts. Wind Wing is growing like crazy, and I think this is their force feedback side yoke. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, lots going on there. I think they were the keynote speaker at the expo on the first day as well, weren't they? There was a lot of news from the expo. Yeah, there was, absolutely. Time to look up the wallet. Oh, lock up the wallet. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. All right, is everybody all behind me now? Oh, there's Nighthawk. Oh, Nighthawk's been keeping pace. Good. All right, how far are we from Williamson? Not too far. So we'll do our first landing, and then we'll crack on. I might have to shortcut the route there as well. I just got to watch my timing. Oh dear. It's been warm this week, but very unpredictable weather. It's been very windy. It has rained at times, but it's still been maintaining kind of lowest temperature we've had is 16 degrees. It's been pretty warm. Getting very bumpy turbulence out here. Look at this scenery though. Look at that. You never think of Australia as as having a lot of terrain, and Australians get really annoyed because I think maybe I'm the only one, but I think a lot of people have a misconception that Australia is just one big flat desert. But it's not. It's not at all. It's got lots of mountains and hills and grass and things, and a lot of the country. It's actually fairly green. And I think it gets greener as you get further south, doesn't it? Oh, Lex, hey Dan, how are you? Long time no speak. You all excited for Manchester? You heading down or up to Manchester next week? Not used to having all these mods on the chat. So this is cool too, because this gives us our estimated time of arrival. So we are currently wait a minute. Oh, that's in Zulu. That's why. $14.48. Okay, something's out of whack here. I don't even know how to read that. That will be Zulu time though. I think it's just there's probably a sync difference because I've changed the time of day, but that's okay. It's fine. However, it does tell us we'll be there at 17 minutes at present speed. Do you want to see how fast this thing can go? I'm going to climb to 15,000. So we don't need to, again, we don't need to do anything with the pressurization. And we'll engage indicate airspeed profile. I'm going to take this up to 90. You're going to see how fast this climbs. Look at this. It's a rocket. We'll wait for the guys at Williamson. This can get up to 24,000 feet in roughly 3 or 4, well, maybe 5 minutes. It is unbelievably powerful. Oh, speaking, we missed something. We should have sync on. We should have yaw damper, by the way. But, I mean, 4,000 feet, it's not even flinching. It's rapid. Super, super rapid. Put your foot down fully. Yeah, you booked your flights perfect. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Absolutely. Nighthawk says, a couple of the East-West Australia flights and the scenery all across Australia is amazing. Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to spending some quality time in Australia. And I do have some airports for it as well. So what the indicated airspeed profile does is it sets a speed, and then every 1,000 feet it drops the speed. So what if you watch, I'm just going to zoom up in here, you'll see that roll back. Eventually, the lowest it'll go, see, did you see it just notch back? And what that does is it's giving you step speeds so that you can get the most rapid climb rate, which is awfully clever. And that's why it can do what it can do. It's really impressive. There is a straight indicated airspeed. Where is it? There is a straight indicated airspeed setting as well, if you just want to hold the speed. But this is a lot more clever. This is designed to get the plane up. And there's also a descent mode that works kind of neat too. Now, we can also make use of the VNAV. When we get down to Williamson, so we'll take the waypoint before. We want to be about maybe 2,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that in. And that gives you a vertical descent to hit that altitude in time for the... there we go. That's 15,000. I'm leaving the power where it is. And just watch this thing go. Descent performance equally impressive. It can, I've seen it go anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 depending on what you try to do. And I'll show you the differential pressure. Now remember, 15,000 feet, I am at zero, sorry, we are at 0 ASL. And this isn't even the most that the airplane can do. 6.1 psi of differential pressure on the fuselage. Airplane doesn't care. It's quite happy. 41,000 maximum altitude. Average cruise altitude for this is actually around 35,000. And we're still increasing speed. Oh, how did Nighthawk get ahead of us? He's just trying to show us up. Remember what I said about cruise? I mean, it is absolutely flying. I mean, it's like being in an airliner. That's so fast. Starting to love out here. That's 300 knots true airspeed now. This is why you want that half bank on though, because when you're at this kind of speed, you want to take it easy. Okay, we need to think about descent now because we're at almost at 4,000 feet. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop that 2,000. And that, you know, this in a matter of minutes, I went from 170 knots to 240, true airspeed of 300, 15,000 feet from nothing. Oh, should be setting that at standard, to be fair. Alright, let's see what the descent performance is. So we're going to bring those engines back. And we'll go descend. And what this will do is the descend profile will take it up to 5 knots. Like, is it 20 knots under the red bar? The barber pole, depending on what you want to call it. That's now pushing 4,000 feet per minute. And what that's trying to do, I believe that ties into the VNAV as well. So if I pull back the throttle even more, it's now going to, because I couldn't do it before without crashing the plane, but it's now going to try and hit that 4153. That's what it's actually aiming for. And you see it's just starting to level out again. The amount of logic going is, and now it's, see, now it's dropping, so, because we're slowing down. So we can probably speed up a little bit. I believe this should roll back. I'm not sure. I will have to read up on this a bit before. I'm not totally sure how that descent mode works. I've seen a couple run-throughs that Nick's done with V1 simulations in British Avgeek, though. And of course, we do have VS mode as well. So if we just want to take a hard line and say, no, you know what, we'll decide. The VNAV is asking for 3,400, so that's what we'll ask for. We can set that ourselves. And then the airplane will just hold that. And that's irrelevant of engine power. So if you're in vertical speed mode, it will hold that. It's up to you to monitor your airspeed and make sure that you're keeping the engines from pushing the aircraft past a maximum speed. Okay, Williamson is coming up, so we're going to probably do a circuit here. We'll do a left-hander. Look at this scenery. Oh, stunning. Wow. Colors. About 12 miles. Okay, we'll take that half bank off now. And that's brought us right down to 2,000 feet. Once that levels out, hopefully we'll start slowing down a bit. You really need to plan ahead with this plane, though. It's very, very fast. So you have to give it time to slow down. You can't just expect to do it because you don't have any air brakes or really flaps to bring it out. There are flaps, but they're very, very shallow. So it doesn't give you that kind of braking effect that you get on other airplanes. You can see our gear levers now illuminating. That's because of our idle position. now we're slowing down nicely. 12 miles out from Williamson. Just bring this up a bit, just to get the... There we go. That's the airplane trying to prevent you from killing yourself. Okay, we can now extend the canards. I'm going to do that. That will give us a limited braking. Limited braking. I'll just let passengers know that we're about to land. This will be a visual landing, so. Anybody around? Oh, there's Mississippi back there. Lost Nighthawk completely. No doubt he gave up trying to track me when I was bouncing up and down like a yo-yo. Okay, we got 15 knots almost dead on. That's perfect. So we very similar approach to other planes. You keep above the blue line on your approach. Start to bleed your power off. You don't want to drop it too much though, otherwise the plane comes down like a bit of a hammer. And it's particularly on the nose it'll do that. Because at low speeds these canards really lose lift. Oh, there's Mississippi. How'd you get ahead of me? Alright. Still can't see the runway yet. It's very hazy. Out there somewhere, though. Flying into the sunrise. That doesn't help. Ugh. So we'll get down here. I'll take a quick comfort break. It's a right mixture of kind of trees and arid ground, isn't it? Reminds me a bit of Greece, actually. Alright, that's 6 miles. Where is it? I think it'll be around there somewhere. I just can't get an angle on the runways. But we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. You can also use this as a MDA. So if you see you want a warning at 300 feet or something like that. Okay, looks like the runway, looks like we're coming crosswind, so we'll just do a crosswind. Crosswind left-hander works for me. Okay, I think we can go to heading mode. Make sure that Snoopy's in the doghouse there. Probably put those canards away for the moment. Just wasting fuel here. I'll talk through... Oh yeah, we're low. This is cool too. There's a click spot. You can hide these, so if you want to get behind it. But yeah, we're running very low on fuel. And we're slightly imbalanced, so... Really easy to transfer. You just kind of turn the dial and that starts running a pump. And you also get a fuel transfer indication up on the ICAS. But yeah, we definitely want to balance those out. Just as while we're landing, people. Don't let me forget about the transfer. Lack of fuel planning on my part. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have a crosswind no matter what we do. So let's go there. Now we'll slow down. That's looking good.
Hello!
Hello! That scared me. Hi, Stu. How are you doing? Hi, Stu. I was so concentrated. I was like, ah! Alright, that's good. Let's get the gear down. It's going to drop us with props to full now. Yes, we're low. I know we're low. Oh. Our balance is backfired on us. Okay, we're going to take it off autopilot at this point. There we go. I have control. Hello, Brett Plays. How you doing? You're fine. You're fine, Stu. That's good. How are you doing, Brett? Great to see you, mate. Okay, there we go. Here it comes our approach. Gonna bring those throttles right back now. Want to stay above blue line. Adding a bit more power. You can see that wind's really pushing us now. That is a heavy crosswind, guys. Well, nothing like making your first debut flight challenging. Coming a little bit steep, but we'll love out in here. Keeping our power up, not too much down. There we go. Oh, that'll do. And we got reverse thrust on this baby as well. Yeah, the brakes on or something. That was all right. For first landing on stream, I'm quite happy with that one. I've had some doozies. Okay. Whoa, we're gonna blow past my exit here. Alright, we're gonna sort fuel out. Using the feather for the moment. Parking brake can come on. Okay, we'll do a quick comfort brake, guys. Where's Nighthawk? Are we still waiting on him? Oh, there he is. Right, I'll let you guys watch Nighthawk's landing then. Actually, I better put more fuel in while I'm thinking about it, otherwise this is going to burn out. I'll cook the engines. That's a bit better. Okay, I'll leave you to capable hands of Nighthawk to watch his landing, and I'll be right back, guys. Get back with you guys. Put those, save those pitot. We get flying. That should come off. There it goes. Right. Let's get going. Props would help. This Tippy's being a bit impatient. You saw the aircraft name when Willy came in for landing. All right. Oh, wait, for Mississippi, yeah. Coffee break is over. Oh, yep, thank you. You always taxi fast. Okay, again, that's all the normal stuff. You know, sync should really be off and yaw damper is off at the moment, so that's fine. We can put that pitot heat back on. Everything else looking okay, and it is the same. So foot on the brakes, we're going to slowly bring power up. We're aiming for about 95. Release the brakes, bring it right up. A bit more. There we go. Right about there is good. Under knots, slide, pull back on that stick. Nice lift up, gear can go up. And we'll just follow that flight director. Which seems a bit high. You should be about 8 degrees pitch when you're taking off, so that's a little bit steep. Okay, canards can go in now, and flaps. And we put on our autopilot that will lock, pitch, and roll. Actually, it's still on heading, so that's probably what it's going to do. We could probably just head over to nav. Should have no problem intercepting. Now, we should have actually set our altitude to 5,000, so I'll do that quickly. And we'll go into indicated airspeed profile mode, and we'll bring those props back. And 90% climb power. There we go. Because I do not want to hit the mountains. Brett says, how are you liking the Starship to fly? Brett, it's breathtakingly amazing. I absolutely adore it. It's a beautiful, beautiful plane. And there's so much to keep you interested as well, because the avionics are sophisticated. It's got some quirks and unique style. The sound is amazing. The flight model is amazing. It looks cool. We got our positive rate livery in here. You can see, courtesy of Flight Design. It's just great. I mean, it's, if you take every product that Black Square's done and put it all together in like a super plane, this is what you get. It's really, really cool. Absolutely delighted with it. It's the best GA plane in flight simulation as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let's get that range out. Well, assume everyone can keep up with me. Whoa, look at that. See the wing flex? Look at that wing flex. Wow. That is something. Oh, it's that good? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, we just left Williamson. Brett says, not sure I need any more aircraft, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to choose from nowadays, isn't there? I'm very selective, so I only focus on stuff that I know is top level. I'm not in a rush to buy everything, and that's why I won't bother with the iFly 737. That's why I'm not going to bother with the MD-11 or thing, because if it's not absolutely perfect, I just don't see any point in spending money on it. And for the price, this is really good. We'll slow. I need to slow down anyway because I'm hitting my 250 knot limit. That's actually not that's not an air stress limit. That comes down. The bar pole will come down to 250 if you're below 10,000 feet. Williamson, because you drank too much. I'm gonna try and drop my speed to 180, Nighthawk. Roundabouts. Bear in mind I'm using live weather, so the speed means nothing unless you have the same weather as me. You're doing 395. Wow. Okay. Can't compete with that. Some airplane that'd be able to go that quick. That's like a Spitfire. Alright, let's see if we can get that power up just a little. And a little more. That should do it. Cool. We'll go half bank again. And we should be in Rockport before we know it. Or Rockhampton. We're going to Rockhampton, aren't we? Love that view. PC-24 is a pretty good aircraft, by far one of the better default ones. Yeah, I've never actually flown it yet. I haven't really tried out any of the default aircraft, to be honest with you. I like how you get the scratches and the stains on the windshield as well. Whoa! Okay then. Well, that was a good shot. Just while I had it in that view. Oh, just gotta grab something. Give me a sec. I'm still here. I just need to rearrange something. You caught up indeed. Oop, wrong one. That thing's fast. Where to go, stiletto? Stiletto. Look at it. Starting to get a bit more green down there. Brett, how would can you tell us anything about this area? Is it known for farming? Any kind of farming? That's the livery name. Yeah, I figured that. Right. Yeah, we're closing the distance pretty quick. 14 minutes away. Oh, wait a minute. 18 minutes away from Rockhampton. It'll give us a chance to approach, though. Probably not. Again, because we're using airports as waypoints, I think it's confused it a bit. There probably is a way to get the approach in there, because it will do that on a traditional plan. And we're going to fly an ILS approach as well. So that can show you how that works. Which is, it's similar to the Duke turbine in a way, and it's different at the same time. YBRK. YBRK. Oh, there's only an RNP available for this. There is a VOR though. You can use that. So, what we'll do, bring that up. So we want 116.9. It looks like it's an overflight. With outbound 312 to DME 10, and then inbound 158. So I'm just going to put that on my scratch pad there. 132, 312, and then 158 inbound. Cool. Let's see if we can give that a go. So 116.9. That's already actually dialed in by the auto. So what I'm going to do is going to force that manual, because I don't want the airplane to change that again. So that's now in manual mode. And let me see, 158. You figured it'd probably go straight in. Unless that's a back course, I'm not sure. I think that's if you're coming in from the south. Oh well, we'll do what it says. So we want to come in at 3,000. The DME 10. And then 3 degrees down pitch, okay. Okie dokie. Only takes 33 hours to drive to. Oh, sorry, you've told us stuff. White. So cotton, corn, sorghum, flowers, and root vegetables are all grown in Rockhampton subtropical conditions. Okay, cool. It's 3,000 kilometers away from. Yeah, no, I know Australia's a big place. Remains plenty of opportunities for budding enterprises to invest in crops such as lychees, macadamias, avocados, mangoes, mandarins, and grains. Wow. Cool. 33 hours to drive, eh? Okay. So we're going to intercept the VOR. What is that VOR again? Z is Freeport, Zulu Foxtrot Papa, so I'm going to put that in actually. So we're going to do, because the runway, because we can't get an approach, this doesn't actually really help us. So I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to add the VOR, which is Zulu Foxtrot Papa. And I'm just going to go to plan map just to make sure that that's... Oh, no. Okay, that's not what I wanted. It's all gone wrong. Okay, so that's not a good one. Might not allow us to dial that in then. Oh, no, am I looking at the right chart? I am not. RK is what we want. I'm looking at the wrong chart, guys. Right, you go away. It's RK, just RK, straight RK. Right, that's better. Okay, so that's what we want to intercept. And then we want to fly 312 off of RK. So we're currently 28.9 nautical miles away from it, because we haven't turned inbound on our course yet. We're still flying on the FMS. Ooh, pretty things out there. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks subtropical, doesn't it? I get over there. It's a long way. Read the top comment there too. Sorry, I don't. Which comment are you on about? I'm not sure. Oh, I did already. Okay. Oh, Nighthawk's down by the looks of it. Or getting lower. Okay, let's take it down to 4,000. I need a METAR for Rockhampton as well. METAR says 12 knots, 5, that's fine. QNH 1022. There we go. And we'll descend to that, please. 4,000. I presume this is Rockhampton itself. Getting a bit of cloud here. Doesn't look awfully big, does it? More like a large town. It's very quaint. Okay, I can probably come down to 3,000. Nah, we'll leave it at 4,000 for the moment. Rockhampton's further inland. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Right. Just to improve my situational awareness here. I do have it on here. I guess I don't really need that. I could probably show you the train radar if you want. Ground map. Watch this. So I'm going to tilt it down. Isn't that cool? It should show those mountains as well. It's ever so clever. And you can get it on this side as well, I believe. So if I go, there you go. If I don't want it on here. There, I can turn it off on that and just have it on there, see? It's really cool. It's an amazing plane. Absolutely amazing. Okay, I think we're going to drop to 3,000 now. I'll go 3,500. Okay, half bank should come off now. Sure they're a bit more nimble. Yeah, it looks really arid, doesn't it? Kind of reminds me of like Arizona or something like that. Oh, Stu's in the air. I didn't notice him. The other thing worthy to note too is the performance on this is really good. Oh, should have had that sync on, but never mind. No big deal. Still got plenty of fuel, I guess. 662, perfectly balanced as well, so that's good. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to dial in 312 in our heading. So that when we hit Rockhampton VOR, we're going to be ready to bang that cord. That's pretty much straight on, so that's fine. Oh no, it's not straight on because it'll be turning right. Sim performance or aircraft performance? Sim performance is okay. Now I'm using auto FPS with Anger. Performance of the airplane's great. Yeah, I'm not. Despite everything that's going on, it just seems to run really smooth. By comparison, the PMDG 777, I do get some hits to frames. This one just seems to just be great. So it must be very tightly coated. Despite all the fact that even if you got this radar stuff and everything like that, I mean, I'm still right now 41 frames per second, so that's perfect. All right, turn that off, I think. Put radar on standby. And now all we have to do is fly to that VOR. And then we'll do 312 to DME 10 with a, I think it's a right turn. Is it right turn? Yeah. So 312 from Rockhampton to about DME 7 we want to turn. So maybe get 7.5. Right turn to 158 inbound. Cool. Off. I think we already got 158 dialed in, don't we? There, yeah, that's fine. But we'll let the autopilot do its thing for a moment. Why did this suddenly go quiet? Oh, I put the headphones in. Yeah, that's another cool thing. See, I got the noise cancelling headphones on. I'll take those out. It's a nice little detail, that. All right. Almost done Rockhampton here. Ready to engage heading at 312 momentarily. There's Lane Hawkins 2. Okay, and I think that's good. Heading mode. Here we go. 312. That was almost bang on, actually. Okay, we're flying out to DME 7.5 roughly. It's just at 1.5 at the moment, so give it a bit of time. Start slowing the airplane down now. Props to full. I don't know if you can do a on VS mode. I don't think it has a degree setting there, but that's all right. Well, there's a decision height on here. I didn't know that. Let's try out the decision height. See what that sounds like. 4.7. So because we got that course dialed in on the nav, I'm going to use the nav. I'll arm the nav as we're making our turn, and the plane will take us onto the path right away. Give a little ding to passengers, let them know we're coming down. Okay, 1 mile to run and start our turn. Okay, let's go. So we're going to turn this probably to about there. I'm going to arm the nav. Oh, I'll keep the heading for the moment. Don't want that nav to kick in quite yet. Drop our gear. Now we'll do nav. Nav's kicked in automatically, so it must be where it thinks it needs to be. Should be at 3,000 feet too, so I'm going to descend. Get down there. There's a runway over there. I've said something wrong here. Or I've been looking at the wrong chart. You guys are all there. That's not right. Oh, I've mucked this up somehow. Just as well. It should be 158 inbound to... well, okay, no, actually that's... I think I've over-dialed the heading. That's what I've done. Anyway, I'll keep it manual for now. What runway plane? 15. 15. You didn't follow your rules, you just picked an end and landed. That sounds about right. autopilot is off. No, I'm not paying close enough attention to the chart, that's all. Usual MO. Well, if I keep an eye on that, I'll know where the runway is anyway. I'm just not going to use the autopilot to track it, that's all. Okay, I can see it now. There's runway up there. So as soon as that bar starts coming down, you can actually you can change it into this mode. Oh, you know what I did wrong? I didn't. I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't change this to VOR mode. That's why. Okay, there we go. That's what I did wrong. That's why the airplane was all over the place there. So it started flying an FMS course. So I didn't change the nav source. Schoolboy error. All right, a little bit over. Nice long runway for us here as well. Oh, there was their decision height kicking in there. A bit firm. A little bit firm. Like a tricycled it there. There we go, we're down. I'll work on the landings. Is there a taxiway down here for us? I think so. Looks like it's been raining recently, doesn't it? There we go. Welcome to Rockhampton, everyone. This is payware scenery actually as well. You can get this on Orbix. Not sure where else. But our next flight from here. Imagine Nighthawk will probably want to do another scenic one. Haven't decided what kind of plane we'll use yet. But again, we're not flying next Saturday. I'll be down in Manchester, or at least coming back from Manchester. So, whoa. But the following week I will be back. we'll be back. Okay, we can retract those canards. Get pitos off. Join everyone out in the tarmac once we get this shut down. All right. Feather the props here. Generators off. Actually, we'll get all our displays down apart from our ICAS. Turn the generators off and cut fuel. Listen to that. What a noise. It's like a bomb dropping, isn't it? There we go. Seatbelts can come off. And we'll go out and join the guys. Hello, happy people. Big thank you to Mississippi for joining us today, and Stu. Big shout out to Brett for joining us online, and Mark. Great to see Mark today as well. And yeah, there's Rockhampton Airport. Can we go to... Now the only thing is, if I go in and out again, is that gonna... Yeah, I did this wrong. Quickly show, this is Rockhampton scenery. So there you go, Rockhampton Airport. Not a big one, but it's got a nice long runway on it. So it can probably handle some pretty decent traffic. Yeah, very cool. And do this again. We're floating. Yeah, it's probably because my I've got different scenery, and that's why. Woo! There's a Chinook over there. But that was fantastic. Thank you guys for both, and Nighthawk for the flight plan. Really, really fun. There we go. And of course, big thank you to Just Flight and Black Square for this beauty. Absolutely amazing airplane. That's it for me, guys. About 20 minutes over time as well, so but I'll leave you with these beautiful views. Oh, can't quite see Nighthawk. There he is. All our planes in the background as we depart, and I'll see you all next time right here on Positive Rate. Take care, guys.